Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn about partition algorithm. Now partition algorithm is a very important algorithm which is also used in several other programs and also in a sorting algorithm known as quicksort. So let's see what partition algorithm does. Now partition algorithm helps us to place an element in its sorted position. That means that suppose we take the element 10, so partition algorithm will allow us to place the element in the position where it will come after the array has been sorted. Now we know that for any array, if suppose this is our array and we have an element at ith index, so all the elements before this will be smaller than this element and all the elements after this after the ith index will be greater than this element. So using the partition algorithm, we try to take an element from the array and we place it in its correct position. Now let's see how we do this. Suppose we have to place our 8th index, which is 7, at its correct position. Now what we have to do is we have to traverse the array and take all the elements smaller than the element at this index and place it in the starting, because after the algorithm stops working, what we want is that 7 is in the correct position and before 7 all the elements are smaller than 7 and after 7 all the elements are greater than 7. So over here I will take my pivot as 7. Pivot is that element that has to be placed in the correct position. So over here I will take my pivot as 7 and over here I will take I as 0. Now I is that index where I have to insert the element which is smaller than my pivot. So any element which is smaller than pivot will be inserted first over here and then we'll keep on inserting them in forward direction. Now what I'll do is I'll iterate my loop in this area for the rest half of the elements. J is that element which will help us traverse through the array. So first I'll have my j as 0, which is the first element. Now since 10 is not smaller than 7, so we'll go to the next element. Even 12 is not smaller than 7, we go to the next element. 14 is also not smaller, we go to third element. 18 is also not smaller, now we go to fourth index. Now the fourth index has 5. So 5 is smaller than 7, so it must come over here. So what I am going to do is I am going to swap my elements of I and j. So in my I is 0 and my j is 4, so I am going to swap these two elements. So over here I will have 5 and over here I will have 10. And once I have placed at this position, I will increment its value by 1. This means that this is the next position where a value has to be added. Now I go to index 5. At index 5 I find 3. Now 3 is also smaller than 7. So this means that it has to come over here. So I'll swap index I and j, which is index 1 and 5. So at index 1 I'll have the index 5's element, which is 3, and at index 5 I'll have 12. And I'll increment its index by 1, its value by 1. So now next I go to the index 6. Index 6 has also a smaller element than our pivot. So we are going to swap I and j. So over here I'll have 2 and over here I'll have 14. Now we go to the next element and this increases by 1. Now we go to the next element, which is element 7. Now element 7 is not greater than 22, so nothing will be done. Now this loop gets finished. Now there is no point of this loop. Now we have the index 3. Now this is the index at which the pivot belongs to in the sorted array. because all the elements before this are smaller than this pivot value. Now what we are going to do is we are going to swap these two numbers. Now 3 is my I, which is the position where the number has to be added, and this is my pivot. So we are going to swap these two. 7 will come over here and 18 will come over here. So now find that all the elements which are at indexes less than 3 are less than 7, and all the indexes starting from 4 have values greater than 7. So over here we'll have all the values less than 7, and over here we'll have all the values greater than 7. So using this algorithm we have placed our pivot in the right position. Now it is up to you. You can take any element as the pivot and you can place it in its correct position. It can be the first element also, or it can be any random element from the array. Now the time complexity of our partition algorithm is of order of n, because we are traversing the array only once, and the space complexity of partition algorithm is of order of 1, because first of all it is not a recursive algorithm, so no stack space has been required, only a single function call is made, so that is of order of 1. Also we are not using any external array in order to get or derive our result. So it is an in place algorithm, and it is a linear algorithm, which is it runs in order of n. So now let's implement the partition algorithm. So I'll make a function which is going to return me an integer type variable, which is the partition index, the index at which the pivot has been added. It will take 3 parameters. One is our array, one is the starting index of the array, one is the ending index. Now I'll take my pivot as my last element. You can take it any other element as well. I'll have another variable I, and I'm going to store the starting index where the first value has to be inserted. Now I'm going to iterate through the rest of the array. Now if I find the element at the current position less than my pivot, so I'm going to swap the two positions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the element at index I and the element at index j. So over here I'll swap. And I'll increment by my I by 1. Otherwise nothing has to be done. Now once I have traversed my array, so I will have that index where the pivot has to be added. So now I'm going to swap the element at I with the last element where my pivot is currently residing. And I'll return the pivot index. So over here I'll make an array. I'll send the starting index and the ending index. Now let's print the values after the partition has been done. Okay, so let's run this code. See, so the pivot index is 9. That means 76 is the number which is in the correct position. Now all the numbers after 76 are greater than 76 and all the numbers before 76 are less than 76. So this was how partition algorithm works. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any doubt, you can leave a comment in the comment section. And in case if you want me to solve any particular question of yours, you can leave the question in the comment section with hashtag #CodeMyQuestion. Also, I will be uploading all these questions on my GitHub handle. I'll leave the link in the description. And if you like my videos, you can even share it across your friends. Thank you.